Hey guys, you might recognize our next guest from That's a Raven. Whether you were introduced to her as Sid the Kid, let's meet Sydney Park. Thank you for coming to The Media That Makes Us. I'm your host, Chae Jones, and today's guest I love. I've known her for so many years. I'm so excited to talk to you today. How are you?
Oh, Shay, I'm so happy to be here. I'm blessed, sister. How are you?
I'm doing so well. I'm excited to do my own podcast.
I
so,
know.
Like, this is like me.
It's beautiful.
Thank
the
you
feng
so much.
shui. Love it.
So obviously you started in this industry at such a young age, but I want to know what media helped shape you, the actor, as well as the person.
Wow.
What would you attribute to that?
What a great question. I feel like I definitely was really fortunate to grow up with parents and family members and friends that were very much like music buffs. I was a big bookworm as a kid. I still am. I usually have like 4 books in tow. Great cinema, really amazing painters and whatnot that I was interested in as a kid. So I kind of like dipped my toes in a lot of different types of artistic mediums, but I really attribute that to my community. I think being blessed with a strong community of all walks of life, different ethnic backgrounds, socioeconomic statuses, like we always just sort of bonded over a lot of different forms of art.
And you, for those who don't know, Sid is the youngest performer ever to do Hollywood Improv.
Period.
At the age of 6, as well as doing America's Got Talent.
She's not wrong.
Now, would you say that being an entertainer was just always something you were destined to be?
I would say that's right. I feel like if I didn't have this outlet, I would probably be in the circus or jail. We can talk about that later.
Not with
though.
your parents, not the parents you have. Jail
Right.
would
Yeah,
not
my
be an
mama
option.
was not having it. Circus wouldn't have it. So this was, yeah, I think this is what I was born to do. I feel like as I get older, I'm sort of redefining my purpose and my profession. And that's truly a gift to go within and feel, fulfilled in what I'm doing. But I definitely am grateful. I feel like my path has been very clear for me since I was a kid, just wanting to perform and be silly or do characters or whatever it is that I don't know I was doing.
You're doing a lot of things, especially
Yeah.
because a lot of us were first introduced to you. For those who, because a lot of us didn't, we were children, we didn't watch America's Got Talent like that. That's our parents. But a lot of us were introduced to you on That's a Raven as Sid the Kid. This incredible little cute pixie haircut, funny little girl. And when you think back on that time, what do you remember the most on working on That's a Raven?
I remember being around so many beautiful Black people, and I know Raven made it a point to employ a lot of women, a lot of Black people. We had Jewish writers. Like, it was just such a beautiful community on set, and it was really fun. It felt like my own version of church. It was just such a place of love and joy and professionalism. And Raven was always so gracious with me. She really did take me under her wing, not just like in the storyline, but truly like off camera. She was very open to questions I had, and she always engaged with me, and I always knew that she really loved me, and she still does. Like, we keep in touch, and she's a great person, and I always knew she was destined for greatness too, and I saw it as a kid. And by that point that I had been on the show, they were a well-oiled machine. It was like they had been running for seasons and seasons, and it was a great family to be a part of. I keep in touch with some people still to this day. And yeah, it really was a great introduction for me to get into like the theatrical TV and film space.
Now, you've bounced around from Disney Channel and Nickelodeon doing guest star roles, but your recurring role that you did was Instant Mom with Tia Mowry, an Emmy winner.
Series regular?
Because we're putting respect on that name.
Series regular, Shay.
Series regular, my bad.
Yes,
Series
yes.
regular, that's my bad.
No, you're
Correct
good.
term.
You're good.
We're going to do this again. Okay, so you, I can do that. I can cut now.
Yes. Love it.
That was funny. Okay, so after That's So Raven, you did a lot of guest star roles on Disney Channel as well as Nickelodeon. And then you got your series regular role on Instant Mom alongside Tia Mowry and Emmy winner, because we have to put respect on that name.
Come on, Shirley.
Shirley Ralph.
Yes.
And the fact that it's been 10 years since Instant Mom left the air last time we were with this family.
Yeah.
Firstly, what did you learn the most about yourself working on that show?
I learned that I really enjoy the comedic space when I'm working. Having the opportunity to film on Paramount and have live shows every Thursday, it was just such a callback to how I grew up, because I grew up in the Valley, like going to different performing arts schools, and I was always on stage, either doing like drama or musical theater. So that's my background, and I felt like I was really able to bring it to the sitcom world. And it was a performance every week. It was so fun, and I really discovered that brings me a lot of joy, and that's obviously how I got started doing like Hannah Montana and That's So Raven. They were all 4 camera setups, live audience. So yeah, it just made me feel all warm and fuzzy. And I also learned that I like to work with people who are kind and drama free and sweet, and that's exactly what I got for 3 years on Instant Mom. It was truly incredible, and I made some like for real chosen family from that show. People I consider my family to this day and talk to and see, and it's a blessing. It was a blessing of a show.
Now, when we last left Instant Mom, Gabby essentially did get into Yale, and now that we're 10 years later, where do you think Gabby is now?
Girl, Gabby probably working at the UN, all right? She's probably overseas doing some humanitarian work, and being a journalist, or possibly dabbling in fashion design and, all the things, traveling the world, going on girls' trips, always being chased by a guy, doing Gabby Phillips things. I miss her. I love her. She's always a part of me.
I kind of wish, like, at certain points, like, we could just go back to shows, like have them like do like a 10-year like episode of a recap of where everybody is now.
I know. I mean, I feel like they did that for oh my goodness, what is the Sanaa Lathan, Nia Long?
Oh, The Best Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to watch the show.
You haven't seen the?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You need to get into.
I need to get into it probably today,
because it is like it's going on nearly 30 years of a franchise.
Yeah.
And for each time they come back to it, it's like they never left.
I know.
And then you still, girl, like that series is so, and they're coming out with a book, if you did not know. It's called The Best Man Unfinished Business.
Oh, Lord.
On July 1st. And it's a continuation of the series.
Oh my gosh.
With the characters.
I love knowing this because it's just such an iconic, like, franchise. So
Really is.
yeah.
I really wish they did that with The Wood. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, bring me The Wood back just one more time.
Dang.
Because that's my movie.
Maybe they might.
I know they were working on it, but I think they're not moving forward with it, which kind of sucks. At least for me. And after Instant Mom, we have you doing a different space. We're doing a more horror aspect space in The Walking Dead. Now, after doing something like The Walking Dead in the conditions that you're filming in, what are your chances of survival in a zombie apocalypse?
0.
Really?
0 chances. Well, I'll tell you this. I think my character on The Walking Dead, Cindy, has 20/20 vision, all right? And she was like, a sniper. She had skills, all right? I have shit vision. I am nothing without my glasses, my contact lenses. It's a wrap. And my clumsy ass will probably break the glasses. Ain't no more contact lenses coming at all. So
Fair.
That would give me a 0 chance. I mean, unless I had like a companion, like a big burly one, preferably a man, that would be great. But other than that, you guys, I don't know. I could run, but not for long. And at night, forget it. I mean, I would do my best, but seriously, you guys, I don't know if I would make it, which is why in case we do face an apocalypse, I think it's time to get LASIK. I'm like -5 in both eyes. I am blind. I need help.
I mean, given the state of the world, we might be going closer to an apocalypse or dystopian world than we thought we were going to get.
I'm gonna call up Dr. Cole and tell him I'm ready. I'm gonna say, listen, brother, I'm ready.
I love
Yeah,
that. Speaking of like 2020 vision,
yeah,
you joined one of the most biggest fandoms that was on television, the
yeah.
Pretty Little Liars universe, in the Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionist. And while I think the show had so much more potential than it was given,
Yeah.
what did you love about entering that space, entering that fandom? And what did you hope you could have done if you guys would have got a season 2?
Oh, I really loved the books growing up. I thought Sarah Shepard, the author of those series of books, was such a visionary. Like, I remember reading it in middle school and just being so enamored by these characters. And I felt like it was really beautiful to see, like, and read the female perspective. So being a part of that show was legendary for me. It always will be. Also made some incredible family friends from that show who are like my ride or dies. I wish that we had gotten an opportunity to dive a little deeper into like the college life. I felt like it was so serious, and I think the cast was amazing, and I just wish we had an opportunity to kind of get into the sexy, messy humanness of it all rather than it being so like focused on this new A or, you know,
Professor.
yeah, like it's just, it was interesting. But it was so fun to make. I mean, we lived in Portland and yeah, it was a fun show. We worked our ass off and we were all like, please, we hope that it goes the second season because the people were great and Portland was great. But, you know, everything has its season and that's okay.
If there is another spinoff after The Perfectionist and the Original Sin, or even a movie for Pretty Little Liars, and there was the opportunity to have you come back in, would you be willing to do it?
To play Caitlin Park Lewis? I mean, if they asked, yes, I would do it. Of course. Are you kidding?
Well,
It'd be so fun.
I know there've been talks about a movie, so I'm also hoping like if they're gonna do it, like I feel like it'd be kind of wrong not to include the people
I think
in
it
the
would be
spinoffs
wrong
in a way.
too. Why don't we threaten them right now? Let's threaten them right now. Right on camera. If you don't, I'm coming for you or else.
You heard
Put
it
us
right.
in.
You heard it right here.
You heard it right here, folks. Yeah, I know. That would be great.
What I loved about it is, I mean, there were so many things that I feel like they definitely could have fixed, especially the whole Emerson divorce thing that needed to be fixed. But I feel like the show truly did have so much potential, and it was hinted at who killed Nolan, but we still don't know.
Yeah.
Who would you have done it? If it was the person that they said it was, or did you have another person in mind that actually could have done it?
I almost feel like it would have been juicier if the characters, if at least like 3 main characters definitely had motives, right? Which I think a few of them did. It's been a while. So I'm like, I think a few of them definitely had clear motives. But I think it would have been like kind of funny and really morbid if it was just an accident and like he got into some sort of, you know, I don't know, accident with a drunk college student and that was it. Like just sort of a unfortunate.
Because it caused all this chaos afterwards, essentially. So like
Such a Nolan thing to do.
A stupid accident.
Stupid.
But now I'm a suspect.
Right.
For something I didn't do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, like that. I think that would have been the funniest plot twist ever, actually.
Right? I'm like, well, if Nolan were like a secret, like hothead, you know, and he just got in a little altercation with a drunk college kid trying to smoke a cigarette, I don't know. Something silly.
And he just ended up tipping back too far on the...
Yeah, like stumbling or whatever. Just silly. Something silly.
Now, you did an interview and a shoot with Vogue Singapore.
Yes.
And what did that mean for you to be able to do that?
I, first of all, had such a great time shooting that. I'd done a shoot featuring like Korean artists and Vogue Korea, but Vogue Singapore was like my spread, and I got to work with some incredible people on that. The photographer Ben Ho, like he's incredible, and my stylist Danny and Emma. They just went in. They went in with the looks. We had great hair and makeup. Like, it was just so fun. And I feel like as a little girl, I always just enjoyed playing dress up, which is still a part of me now. And thankfully, in my profession, sometimes I get to do a lot of that. And I think it was just great to have like such a iconic platform feature me and showcase like the multi facets of my personality throughout that shoot. So it was really great. And we did that in COVID too. It was like I think the middle of 2020. So that was an opportunity to have some like normalcy and joy. And I think a lot of people enjoyed what I had to say and the looks.
No, the looks were
The looks.
amazing.
Thanks.
Especially during 2020, joy was definitely needed. So
It's still needed, girl.
I mean,
Right?
yeah. 5
But
years
then,
later,
woo.
at this point,
Woo.
have you seen Sinners yet?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Speaking of joy, the
I was
joy.
crying the whole time. I saw it last Friday at the Vista Theater, and it was my first time at that theater, and I've been wanting to go for years. And I went with my girlies, and I was blown away. I cannot wait to see it again and again. Like, I have not seen a movie that was so complex and so entertaining and just overall like perfectly done, in my opinion.
Agreed.
In a long time. It was so deep. I thought Ryan Coogler was a genius then, but he really outdid himself this time.
I'm going to see it in IMAX during the re-release, and I'm so excited. Because at first I was so sad because I was just like, what in the Hunger Games? What do you mean you sold out? Like, y'all didn't even give me a chance.
Yeah.
Like, because granted, it's going to be my third time.
Yes.
So, and I cried, especially specifically more during the blue scene. Seeing it the second time. I don't know why. I heard the blues in me.
Yeah.
That second time, and the tears are coming down my face.
Which part? The ending?
The mid-credit scene.
Oh yeah.
The mid-credit scene.
I know.
I cried
sobbing.
more. Like, I cried obviously during the first time but like I felt more connected.
Yeah.
And I think what I love about Sinners is that it kind of shows a lot of us like who feel disconnected to be more connected to our culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the brilliance of. I promise you right now, if that movie does not get Best Picture.
I know.
At the Oscars.
They need to sweep.
I'm going to.
They need to sweep.
I'm talking about
everything.
Every
Score,
category.
Costumes, editing, cinematography, directing, acting.
Give Ruth her third one.
Michael B. Jordan.
I want Delroy Lindo to be
unreal.
Nominated for best, whether it's him or Miles. I need it to be one of them, but especially Delroy because that the car scene, the part where he starts singing was so improv, but it fits so well.
Yeah, it was so special. I feel like I'm so grateful that it's sweeping within the theaters, and because box office is everything when it comes to our projects, you know, like they got to see the numbers, and it was a Friday matinee and that movie theater was packed. Really so but I can't wait to see it again. Like, I think I might just go by myself.
I pre-ordered a steelbook, so I'm getting the visual, and I cannot wait.
Oh yeah, very, very special movie. Brought me so much joy, and like also just it was just so deep on so many levels. It was like, oh my gosh, I love us. I feel like all of me was represented in there, even like my Irish roots. I was like, whoa, this is intense.
Like, everybody could see themselves, and there's so many messages and so deeply layered. And I also think people, even the bad faith takes, like, at least you like, it made you want to say something. Like, I also think that's what makes great cinema. Like, it's going to make you say something. You're going to have an opinion about it.
Exactly.
And I love that.
Me too. That's the purpose of art. You know, we want to move people. We want to change people's states. We want to make them think and like just go within for a second. Oh, sorry. Hey, whoopsie daisy. But yeah, that movie.
And speaking of, you want to say something, changing people's perceptions, DMZ was a limited series on Max. It's still on Max also. If you have not seen it, go watch it. And your character, Tinny, is the love interest to Skell. And what I liked about the show is the importance of using your voice and even finding the joy in a very dystopian style of being in that world of people trying to make you be what they want you to be.
Yeah.
So why has it always been important for you to use your voice and your platform?
I feel like it's important to speak your mind and speak your truth and honor yourself. I think as I've gotten older, it's been really helpful for me to continue to honor who I am and literally just keep an open heart and an open mind, but like stand firm in what I believe and like speak up. I think really at the end of the day, like we as people, as human beings, deserve to have a voice because so many people don't. Um, and a lot of people don't know how to like tap in and use it. But I think for me personally, it's like almost cathartic and just really overall like helpful for growth to speak up and yeah, just show the world who you are. Let yourself shine, you know?
And with the character of Tina, you also got to use your musical stylings. How was
Yes.
that doing this character, being able to share a part of yourself that I don't think we've seen so far, character wise, that you've done,
Yeah.
and have that be out in the world?
Yeah, at least not in that capacity. That was the first time that I was in the studio and was a part of the process of choosing the song. I remember Roberto, our showrunner, he texted me and he was like, if you have any ideas, because we spoke on the phone and we were all going to meet in Atlanta where we filmed it. And we were meeting at the studio. So it was me, Roberto Patino, I believe is his last name, Ernest Dickerson, and his wife, Rose Dickerson. And we were all meeting in the studio for the first time. All right. So I was like, ooh, okay. But Roberto was like, what do you think the song should be if you have any ideas? I was like, what about Fade Into You, Mazzy Star? I love Mazzy Star. And that song is just beautiful and perfect for my range. And he was like, you know what? Warner Brothers actually has the rights to it, so we can definitely do it. And I went into the booth, and everybody was so great. And we just did a pass of the song 3 times. Each time I felt more comfortable, and then the third one is what they used. And I actually reached out to Roberto recently because I have the version that I created. Obviously, there was like a little snippet of it used in DMC, but I'm like, oh, how can we release this? But it was so sweet on so many levels. And yeah, it was great to be able to just be like this sultry, sweet soul and be a light in like that very, very dark world that we created for DMZ.
And also Queen Dope herself, which was a nice
Mm.
surprise.
Mm. Yes.
And what I think I loved about it is also the need for a second chance and given the grace to have a second chance and
Yeah.
actually give you that chance, even if it's outside of that space. Because a lot of y'all, I think at that point, it's been 8 years of that being in constant survival mode. And now, what will life look like when you maybe get the chance to breathe
Right.
outside of it? Because that's scary too.
I know. I wish we would like get a season 2. That would be so
I
fun.
really hope, I wanted you guys to get a season 2.
Yeah, I know it's based on comics. I believe it's DC.
It's a 72 issue long, I believe. So there's a lot to play with.
Yes. I'm like, what's going on? We should do it. It'd be so fun.
And your next big thing that you did, being number 1 on your call sheet as an adult, and
Yes.
there's someone inside your house. And how did that feel for you, being number 1 on the call sheet, having that responsibility as a lead in the movie?
I felt so comfortable in that position. I felt like because I've been working for so long and working around incredible professionals who led by example on set and offset, I was really ready. And it was just such a amazing experience. It felt like we were working on like this indie sort of passion project with a pretty good budget, but it didn't feel like, because it was Netflix, that there were so many cooks in the kitchen or like we didn't have any creative control. But it was just like summer camp almost. We filmed in Canada and Vancouver, which is one of my favorite places on earth. And that place has always been good to me. So it was just such a wonderful learning experience for me. And I felt really held and cared for. And I had a great team of people that supported me, and the cast was amazing. And it was just really fun to do. Really fun to do.
Now, in an interview, you said that is there someone inside your house was akin to a John Hughes horror film, campy, And the fact that your newest movie that's going to be coming out soon, Halloween Store, had
Mm-hmm.
someone who worked with John Hughes 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
What do you love about doing horror films? Because it's also, I think it was the third-ish, fourth time you've done a
Yeah.
horror film.
Yeah.
And obviously, again, it's different from a comedy or musical theater. So what has it been for you to want to expand your range in this way?
You know, I feel like I just can't get away from them. Like in the best way. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if it has something to do with like me being born on Halloween, but I always have like this Halloween space in my space. Like The Walking Dead premiered on my birthday when I was like 10 years old. And I remember we didn't have DVR. My parents were like, kiddo, I know we usually take you trick-or-treating, but this new show's coming out and do you think you can roll with your homies? I was like, yes, don't worry. I got this. And I've celebrated 2 birthdays working on The Walking Dead on set, which was so surreal. The horror space is just kind of in my repertoire now, and I fuck with it. It just makes it more fun. I feel like I always approach it in a really lighthearted sort of way and kind of just see it for what it is. And I think horror is such a interesting genre. There's so many places we can go with it. And Halloween Store, the movie that we just shot in Hawaii, was really interesting to do because it was funnier than we all expected it to be, and it was scarier than we all expected it to be.
Okay.
So it's kind of giving like Cabin in the Woods meets The Blackening and a little bit of Scream.
Okay, so we're giving more slasher in this.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
more
so
slasher.
I can watch it
It's a little camp.
because I dabble in horror. I am not a horror girly. I will
Honestly,
say
me neither.
I like a slasher.
Yeah.
I like a Scream franchise, Final Destination franchise. Even though
Oh, Final Destination.
that the how like Final Destination has messed up an entire generation based on Final Destination 2 alone.
Oh my, terrible.
Like you will never catch a millennial
Girl.
near a log truck ever in life again.
I mean, remember the gym scene? Was that for Final Destination 2?
I think that was 3.
Oh man, I can't keep track. Which one was the roller coaster one?
3.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, girl. From first to third.
Like now we're on 6, and the fact that it's the last one with Tony Todd himself.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna watch it also in honor of Tony Todd, but also know I'm gonna get emotional most likely when it gets to his scenes because of the horror icon that he was. I remember watching Candyman only once as a child, and never have I seen it again since.
Girl, I haven't seen it. I just can't.
That's fair.
Like
I'm not gonna hold you. That's
Pet
fair.
Cemetery, The Shining.
No, I don't
Rosemary's
do The
Baby.
Conjuring. I don't do
Insidious. Yeah, The Conjuring I
do
think
Megan.
was one and done.
I don't do Chucky.
Yeah, I didn't do
Dolls.
Get
Get on my no dolls. I can't do dolls.
Dolls are just a no. Like Dead Silence. You won't catch me doing that.
No,
I didn't even see The Grudge.
Because like what gets me about Chucky is the fact that like you're a doll, so like fire should get you because you're plastic,
Right.
but fire doesn't. And I'm like,
you the devil.
Because my brain, obviously because it's a spirit in you, but like my brain is just like that doesn't compute, and because it doesn't compute,
Yeah.
it frustrates me to watch.
Well, yeah, girl,
Chucky.
because the math don't math. And
It
when it's
don't.
supernatural with a doll, forget it.
Like, and the fact that your character in Halloween Store is this horror aficionado, like that's her realm, that's what she loves to live in. I am because you can't tell me, I understand, but I'm hoping more Black final girls.
Yes.
Because we need more.
Yes.
In the horror genre as a space, period.
1000%. And I honestly feel like I am just grateful to kind of carry that torch a little bit. It's such a beautiful genre, but it's been so white dominated that.
And like when people try to have an argument with you about it, they're like, oh, well, like that was a gag. Like the Black person always dies first. I'm like, that's not a gag. And 2,
Right.
more often than not, we are smarter than you.
Right.
Like, and I mean
Right.
that, and I mean that in the sense of I'm not gonna be asking no questions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a noise? Okay,
Right.
cool. I'm out.
Running.
You don't, and I'm not looking back.
Bye.
I'm gonna be like Lovecraft Country when she was running. You ain't gonna catch me looking
That part.
I'm going straight forward
With a weapon in tow.
because who do you think we are?
No, that part.
I mean, and obviously, like we're not a monolith, so like how people keen to situations are gonna be different.
Yes.
But a good majority of us
I know.
won't be first.
Right.
A lot of us will be to the end.
That.
Because I don't play that.
Me neither.
Me personally.
Me neither. Yeah. I'm curious to an extent. I like my life.
And
I
I
like my
choose it. And I choose it
eyelids.
every
I like my
time.
knees. I like my limbs. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I won't be peeking through shit. I'm good.
Nope. I'm not that curious.
Right.
Because I know what it did to the cat, and I ain't got 9 lives.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are.
Yeah.
Also, what you did last year, you released your EP, Back Against the
Yes.
Wall. And what was that experience like for you to be able to share that part of yourself with the EP with the world?
Yeah. Oh, releasing my EP was so freeing. First of all, creating it was so freeing. I remember my very first session with DC Reed and Kidara was amazing. DC mixed and mastered and produced the whole project. Kidara helped to write with me. She was my vocal coach. And I remember she was like, okay, this is kind of going to be a therapy session. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. And I was like, okay, amazing. Let's get into it. And I just felt so myself, you know. I felt like it was great to just walk in my comfy clothes and smoke some weed and have a drink and chill and cry and dive deep and not be on like a time constraint necessarily. And music is my first love. I literally came out the womb singing, and I was really, really happy with how the project turned out, how it's been received. I think we created some good timeless music that got a little bounce to it, but I just was so thrilled to be a part of that creative process, because I feel like with music, it allowed me to tap into all of my gifts, whether it was writing, like I love poetry, singing, obviously, and producing and like kind of moving the parts around and giving some like creative direction. And then eventually, like, I want to create videos for it. So that's a whole other thing I love too, like visuals and outfits and just concepts in general, like making them little mini movies, you know. But yeah, it was so fun. I had to stop like getting in my way, because that EP had been finished for 2 years, and I was like, girl, it doesn't need to be perfect. Like, just put it out there. Stop it. Stop being so precious. I'm glad it did.
And you are
It was
precious.
good timing. Thank
So,
you. Thank you, sis. You too.
I love it. And especially what I like you said you want to do more visuals. Is that something you would like to do also outside of acting, writing, producing, directing your own projects? And what kind of projects or stories do you want to tell?
Definitely. I mean, I feel like I am a good writer. I just have to apply myself. I gotta channel my ADHD in a way that works for me and finish it. You know, finish the job. Because when I deliver, it's good, but I be slacking sometimes. And then obviously my bread and butter is acting, and I really do love performing. But I could see myself producing. I could see myself eventually like directing plays, directing a short film, just kind of like starting slowly but surely, you know, seeing if I feel comfortable in that role, if it works for me, if my talent perceives me as somebody they trust, which I think they would. It's a safe space here. Unless you're on some bullshit, then
And
I'll
then it's
call
not a
you
safe
out.
space.
It's still gonna be safe,
But
but
accountability.
it
needs
ain't
to
no
be
safe space
held.
for bullshit.
Fair.
Right. No, but I'm excited. I'll see how life goes and just keep doing my thing, keep feeling where my heart is, you know?
If you could do a musical theater adaptation or actual show, what would you do? What's your go-to?
I would do The Wiz. I would do The Wiz if they brought that back. That would be amazing. I can sing and dance and do the things, but like, I think when it comes to musical theater, it would have to be a very specific project. Or if they made something like, you know, a Black Girl La La Land, that would be dope. You know, make it our version. That would be amazing.
We need our version.
Yes, we really do. Maybe that'll be Ryan Coogler's next thing.
Well, like I know the next thing is X-Files, and he's always trying to go through different genres. Like, oh, you didn't hear about X-Files?
No.
Oh yeah, he's producing the newest and directing, I also believe, the newest X-Files that they're bringing back.
Okay, I got to text my team today. I got to text my team about that today.
Give me
What?
Give you on it.
Yeah, what?
Yes.
As a series?
Yes, as a series. Your face right now.
Shay,
Your face
you're
right
full
now.
of so much good information.
Thank
I mean,
you.
all the time, but like this is a special day.
Oh, yay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm helpful.
Yes. Knowledgeable. We knew it though, Queen. Come on.
I like what I would love to see is also a way you could, technically you kind of did it in There's Someone Inside Your House, but I kind of want to see your story with both sides of your culture and a character that really shows that and being biracial and what that looks like and feels like, because we always talk about it like being multiracial, biracial, but we don't always get the stories.
Exactly. And I feel like my ethnic background is so specific. I think, and my manager actually made a good point, John. He was like, I was just telling him about having one foot in both worlds and feeling like I'm not Black enough or I'm not Asian enough. And, when we think of biracial people, I feel like we often go to, okay, this group of people mixed with white.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a lot of biracial people in Hollywood that are like one group, but they're mixed with white rather than it being like Black and Asian or Sri Lankan and I don't know, Greek, or like there were so many of us. Like we're everything, like Persian and Italian. Like you see so many different people that I feel like are so disenfranchised and underrepresented. And we always kind of like sprinkle it in there, but like you said, it's not common that we see those stories told, because at the end of the day, I feel like the studio heads and a lot of the writers don't really know that experience. And kind of going back to what you asked me before about like what sort of projects would I want to work on as a writer, as a producer, it would be telling my story, because I feel like often you see incredible women tell their story, but it's for one specific group of people. Mm-hmm. And I think I have an advantage because a lot of us want to see both sides and hear both sides.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And because you've been in this business so long, I want to know, what is the best advice you've received as an actor, and then the best advice you've received as a person that you still carry with you to this day?
I will say the best advice I received was from Dave Chappelle himself on a Zoom in 2020. And it goes for a human being and being an artist. And this is so specific. Okay, so my teacher from middle school, Miss Karen Bennett, she's the best Karen, okay? Don't get it twisted. She was my history teacher, English teacher. She like had her own camera department at my middle school. All around boss lady. She always saw me and we always stayed in touch to this day. And she hits me up April 2020. All right, we're in the midst of like quarantine. Mm-hmm. And she's like, hey, I'm inviting my alumni to a Zoom on Friday night at 7 p.m. PST, be there, be square. Like it's a famous comedian and you should be there. And I was like, okay, get on this Zoom. It's fucking Dave Chappelle. And it was so incredible. Like she introduced me, and I'd met him before. I met him before in Atlanta, actually a year prior to the Zoom. And he said, have courage. It's like, if there's anything you can be in this world, it's courageous. Like comedians, don't worry about being funny. Artists, don't worry about your shit being the best quite yet. Like just have the courage to speak up, put yourself out there and say what you need to say. And I thought that was like priceless.
That's great advice.
That's great advice. So simple, but so powerful and true.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank
you guys so much for listening to us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, the media that makes us here, as well as share and hold on, I'm gonna do that again.
Yes,
because I'm like,
do it all. Love us.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into the media that makes us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also follow us on all the ways you can listen to podcasts on other platforms as well. I'm your host, Chae Jones. Thank you so much, Sydney Park, for joining me.
Thank you, Chae.
And we'll see you guys next time.
See you next time.